Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about the Trecena of B'atz. The Trecena of B'atz is all about creativity, it's all about weaving. B'atz is a thread, and it can be thought of as about bringing threads together. We can see that some of the Nawalas, yes, they represent things, they also represent processes. And B'atz I think of as a creative process, so this is all about a new creative process that might be coming in, a new creation that might be coming in. B'atz is the Nawal of the artisan. And this artisan might be a singer, might be a flute player, might be a writer, might be a scribe. So it's about weaving your words, weaving your colours, about weaving shapes, bringing things together. It's about creativity. So this is a great time to be grasping your creativity, to be getting in touch with your creative essence and bringing that beauty, bringing that creativity out into the world. Now, it's a new time. It's beginning on the one day, of course. The Trecena begins on the one day. And so one B'atz is about a new creation. So this is a wonderful time for bringing in a new creative project, whether that's through the written word, painting, drawing, photography, singing, music, anything that you like, anything that's creative. Now, B'atz being a creator, well, the creator has that genius stroke, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a traditional art. B'atz brings you the creative genius that allows you to excel in whatever your chosen art may be. So we can have to go non-traditional with this now, really, when we look at it. And it's really about excelling at whatever you turn your hand to. That said, this is a great time for beginning a new creative project. When we see the sequence within the calendar, what we've seen is that we've passed 7 B'atz. So this is like the old creation. 7 B'atz was where we were finishing off an old creation. That was 20 days ago. Now we're going into 1 B'atz, which is the new creation. It's like passing from the last weaving to the new weaving. Then we'll go into 8 B'atz, possibly the most sacred day, the most important day of the calendar. And we can see the 8 as weaving the 1 and the 7 together. It's like joining the old fabric to the new. Imagining kind of like each 260 days is a new cycle of creation, a new creativity that's coming out. So, over the last 20 days, hopefully you've been finishing off. You've been dotting I's and crossing T's in whatever you've been writing. You've been finishing off your project, ready to begin this new project with the energy of 1 B'atz, this new creative energy that's coming in. And then in 20 days' time, this gives you the possibility to marry the two together, to bring these two threads together. So, 1 B'atz, what new creativity do you want to bring in? I kind of consider B'atz to be like the hand of the divine. It's like when we really tap into the creative essence within us, we're tapping into something which is far larger than us. I sometimes think, if we were thought of as being the gardeners that were put onto earth to look after the earth, well, B'atz gives us a creative essence which is like the hand of the divine working through us to bring that true divine beauty out into the world. And so when we really connect with B'atz, when we really create with our true essence, when we connect with that divinity, this is about bringing that divine essence out, showing that into the world, creating something which is a great work of art, a great work of beauty. And so this is absolutely the time to get working on those things. If you have that in mind, 1 B'atz, this is the day to do it. This is the day to start your new creative project. If you've been sitting on something for a little while and thinking about it, now's the time to get on with it. We move from 1 B'atz into 2 And 2 well, this is the path, this is the journey. And the number 2 represents relationship, it represents the lovers, it represents polarities, also represents choices. And so what we could see literally is like 2 roads which lay ahead of us. And 2 is the day to make a decision. Which road are you going to follow? Which path are you going to go on? It may also be something to do with the path that your relationship is taking. Maybe there's some choices that need to be made with your partner with regards to where you're going, with regards to what you're learning. is all about the journey of discovery. And we could say that 2 could very strongly signify the things that you discover through your partnership, the things that you discover within your relationships. From 2 we move into 3 ach. So we have ach, which is very, very strongly linked with the home, with harmony in the home. And we have the number 3, which is this internal number, also very strongly linked with the home and the home place. So we can see 3 ach being very much about creating harmony within your home, really looking inside of you for the strength, for the bravery that comes from ach, in order to bring this into your home. So 3 ach, if there was ever a stay-at-home day, 3 ach would very strongly signify this. Very strongly be about making that harmonious essence, creating that, keeping that, and promoting that within the home. Using your strength to focus within, using your strength to focus within your home place in order to bring that strength in and really strengthen your home base, as it were. From 3 ach, we're going to go into 4 ish. So ish representing our connection with the Mother Earth. Ish representing the sacred sites, the altars. And the number 4 representing the material world, the material plane, the 4 directions, the 4 stations of the sun. Very, very strongly signified by the number 4. So this would be a fantastic day to physically visit sacred sites, to go and do physical work around them, and to physically look after Mother Earth. So we see pollution, we see garbage, we see all of these things around us. 4 ish gives us an opportunity to show our gratitude to Mother Earth by actually physically kind of like going and getting our hands dirty. We know that there's issues right now. We know that there's great things going on with regards to our climate, with regards to pollution. So this is a time to get stuck in, to put your hands in, to get your hands dirty, to go and show your love for Mother Earth, to go and show your gratitude by making a change, by making a difference. So 4 ish really calls us to do that. It may also be a day to go and physically visit sacred sites. Go and put your energy into sacred sites, go and connect with them. From 4 ish, we then move into 5 tzikin. So tzikin representing the vision, tzikin representing prosperity. And once again, we can see this prosperity as something where everything has to thrive. We cannot thrive if our environment does not thrive. We need a much longer term vision in order for things to work out right for the human race right now, to be honest. The number 5 represents putting our energy into it. The number 5 is the application of energy to a system. So this is putting your energy into your vision. So we're in the Trecena of B'atz. We're putting our energy into our vision. So this is kind of like, okay, what can you see? How do you want to bring it in? Where do you want to take it? Because it's not going to happen on its own. You've got to put your energy into that. So this is a great day for applying, for putting your work into making your vision happen. From 5 tzikin, we then go into 6 achmach. So 6 achmach, pardon and forgiveness. Achmach, holding our hands up and saying, well, you know, we're humans, this happens. But also embracing what happens when we really tap into what it is to be a human. When we release any burdens that we might carry of shame or blame or guilt, and accept ourselves for warts and all, as it were. Accept ourselves for just being humans. And we see it here paired with the number 6. The number 6 representing family. So this might be a great day to sort out any family issues that might be outstanding. Any kind of like arguments, any tensions that are causing imbalance. Well, this is a day of stability. So it's a great day to go and say sorry if you need to say sorry for whatever it is, because that stability will ensure that it's not just working in the physical plane, it's working above and below. That's what the 6 does. So it brings you the stability to forgive and and to be forgiven. From 6 ach, we're then going to go into 7 noch. So noch is all about thought. It's all about, well, I would consider it to be the left hemisphere of the brain, the right hand, the logical, reasonable, rational thought, the thought that allows a train of thought to continue to become something. And here we see it with the number 7. So the number 7 representing finality, representing endings. So 7 noch might be coming up with the finished plan, with the finished idea. So we're in this Trecena of creativity. And here we have 7 noch sitting right in the middle, in the balance point, giving us many options, being able to see from that vantage point all the different ideas that we can use to bring our project, bring our idea to fruition, to its ending point. So it's a great day to come up with the idea which comes to a final ending that helps you to conclude things. From 7 noch, we move into 8 tihash. So 8, the ceremonial day, and tihash, the day of healing, the day of warriors, the day of discernment. 8 tihash I really see as a day of healing ceremonies. It sits in the middle of this Trecena of creativity. And we were talking about working with the earth, we're talking about bringing our vision, we're talking about forgiveness, and here we have the healing. So 8 tihash is a great day to seek out healing in whatever way it might be. Personally, I'll be making ceremony to give thanks for the healers of our world, to give thanks for their work and what they do for us. 8 tihash is also a great day to seek out that healing if you need it. In particular, tihash represents the glyph for tihash. We see something which could be seen as being lightning strikes moving through. This is very much seen as the day of the curandero, the energy worker. So it's a great day for energetic healing. It's a great day for surgery. It's a great day for doing those things in order to remove what is causing the imbalance, in order to bring things into harmony, in order to bring things into unity. So with 8 tihash we get to see the wholeness, the 8 representing the 1 and the 7, the birth and the death. It's everything brought together, the light and the dark. So it really can bring us our discernment to cut away from every aspect that which no longer serves us, in order to bring true healing, in order to bring true unity. And sometimes that's going to call for a bit of toughness. Tihash is that obsidian blade. Tihash is that discernment, and sometimes using that discernment might mean, like surgery is not painless. It's going to have the right result in the end, but sometimes making that cut, it's going to flinch a little, so it's kind of like this is also part of the tihash day. But when we know that something is not right, when we know that something is causing imbalance, we know that it's got to be cut away. And so we just have to get on with it. And 8 tihash is a fantastic day to get the right result, to cut through to the divinity, to cut through to the holiness. It's also a day when we might be able to cut through the wool which is over our eyes in order to see through to the truth of the matter. From 8 tihash, we're then going to go into a very feminine and very healing day of 9 kawok. So tihash, the surgery that happened, then moves into kawok, the soothing, healing that happens. And here we have it with the number 9, representing the divine feminine. Kawok already represents the feminine essence of healing, and here we see it combined with the number of the divine feminine. So this is very much the day of the female healers. So if tihash proved to be a little bit ouchy, if it proved to be a little bit of a cutting day, if it proved to be a little bit painful, then 9 kawok gives us the opportunity in particular to seek out the female healers that can help to counsel us through it, that can help to wash away the debris that tihash might have left behind, that can help to heal the wound, to make it better, and to bring us into something new, because kawok is about the birth process. It's about birthing the new into the world. And so in this Trecena of B'atz, where we're creating something new, 9 Kawok helps us to remove obstacles in order to move that new life into the world. Kawok being the birth, the new life coming in, and 9 also representing the number of life. So this is really about bringing new life into the world. From 9 Kawok, we will then move into 10 Achpu. So Achpu representing the sun, the flower, the holiness, the divinity. And the number 10 representing this. It's hands coming together, it's agreement, it's society, it's community. It's giving each other a hand up. And so this can be really seen as seeing the divinity within your community. This can be seen as helping each other, looking around and seeing kind of like we've all got a point of view. We all create art in whatever way that we choose. Now, some of us might not feel particularly artistic. Some of us might feel that what we do is maybe not as good as somebody else's, but it's our own creation. And it's our own link to divinity. Remember, we're in this Trecena of B'atz, we're in this Trecena of creation. And here we are, 10 Achpu, helping each other. So maybe this is a day to go and express to your community and people within the community where you can see their divinity being expressed through their creativity. And it's also a day when we might go and ask the community, can you help me on my path? I'm on a quest. I'm looking for divinity. Can you help me? Give me a hand. From 10 Achpu, we move into 11 Emosh. So here we see Emosh, the dream, here the waters, the oceans. And here with the number 11, we see the ability to move into many different directions. Now, some of these directions might not necessarily seem like they're actually joined together in one way or another. It might not be necessary right now. 11 Emosh might be a little bit of a scattered day. You might not exactly see how you're supposed to join the dots in this way, because this is what I see with the 11. It's kind of like it's going to show itself later on. But right now it's going around taking a sample here, taking a sample there, taking a sample there. And this is kind of like drawing on the many dreams in order to create. Because, sometimes we're kind of like going to need to go in an unknown direction, in a direction that we might not have tried before, in order to bring that true creativity in. It's kind of like the best results come from trying something which is really novel, trying something which is really new. And so it might not necessarily follow a logical train of thought to go from one point to another point, because we're also dealing with the dream world, and the dream world is the right brain rather than the left brain. The dream world is dealing with that expansiveness that's out there, and that doesn't follow a logical train of thought. So the 11 Emosh is really about looking out there, being more out there in order to find that, to bring that into your vision, to bring that into your weaving. From 11 Emosh, we're going to move into 12 Ich. So Ich being the communicator, Ich communicating with those that's out there, Ich being changes as well, Ich being the breath of life that comes in. So when we see that combined with the number 12, the number which represents all of our life's experiences put together, what we can really understand is that here we draw on our life experience in order to communicate something important. We're communicating something. We're communicating our creativity into the world. And sometimes we're going to need to draw on our experience in order to understand the best way to do that. All of those things, all of those experiences that we've had, good and bad, help us to understand how to get our message over, how to get our point across. Now, Ich is also the change which comes with the changing wind. And sometimes, we're all trying to adapt to change, and really life doesn't happen without change. Change is life and all that. But sometimes it's just a bit tricky, right? We don't get it right first time. And sometimes there we were going along, enjoying the status quo, and suddenly something blows into our path and makes us change. We didn't necessarily want to change. But there's no going back. We can't resist the wind, we can't resist the change, we just break if we do. So we've got to learn to be flexible. And so 12 Ich may well be saying, this is a day when you can draw on your life experiences in order to understand how to adapt to changes. So this is another way of looking at it. So if you're faced with a big change in life, it's like, look back and see how you did it last time. Or if there's essences from other times which resonate in this time and help you to adapt to that change. And finally, as we go through this Trecena, we're going to end up on the day 13 Achabal. Now 13 Achabal is a particularly special day. It's what we could call the day of conception for Trecena of B'atz, which is going to come in the future. So the most important day of the calendar is conceived on 13 Achabal. Achabal being the bridge between the dream world and reality. Achabal being the new concept that comes in. And where does it come from? Well, it comes from the number 13, which is the spirit world. It's the ancestral world. And so this is about a bridge between the ancestral world and our world. 13 Achabal. Achabal being the dawn, the dusk, bringing in something new, the new conception. So this is a concept which is coming in from spirit. This is a concept which is coming in from the ancestors. So if you're looking at how to bring that creativity in, we're still, we're finishing up the Trecena of B'atz, and if you're wondering how to bring it in, well, maybe this is a day to ask the spirit or to ask the ancestors, to look to the ancestors to help you to understand how to bring a new concept into the world, how to bridge that which was with that which will be. And that's what we're going to be doing in the Trecena of B'atz ceremony, of course. So we see in this way the way that the calendar, the way that time, and the way that all the energies move together in order to create this reality. So that's the Trecena of B'atz. I hope that it's been useful for you, and I'll see you again in 13 days' time. Thank you.